Okay, wonderful. Yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. So today I will lecture you on chapter 5, which is related to bond valuations. So if you look at the concept of a bond, bond is a debt instrument issued for a period of more than 1 year. So if you're saying related to the debt instrument is meaning that it is related to borrowing and lending. However, we are not talking about individual borrowing and lending, but borrowing and lending is more on corporate borrowing and corporate lending. Yeah. So the purpose of bond is number one. Sorry, first and foremost, issued for a period more than 1 year. So for the borrowing and lending is more on long term. Yeah, this is the long term, right? And then it can be 5 years, it can be 10 years, it can be 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, and it is goes on. So as long as it is more than 1 year, it is considered as bond. So now, why corporate going for bond? Yeah, number one is because number one, external funds to finance long-term investment. So when the companies wants to, let's say for example, highway, or let's say factory. They want to set up a factory or highway or building, yeah, or property. At the first place, the borrowers does not have any money yet. So what they do is they seek for external fund from the lender, yeah, to uh, finance, or to lend, to them, yeah, and they use that money to as a working capital, not working capital, they call it as a long-term capital. Well, because without that, yeah, they cannot able to buy cements, or you can able to buy materials, yeah, and the list goes on. And number two, corporation bonds, they finance direct expenditure. So that means they apply some borrowings to finance whatever expenditure that they have in terms of current. For example, like the operational expenses, paying salaries, yeah, or paying utilities, yeah, and the rest goes on. And number three, this is the famous part, finance project development. Like I said earlier, yeah, development of highway, development of twin tower, development of tunnel C highway, yeah, development of a properties project. So they use that in a huge amount of money to finance those projects. Yeah? So that is the purpose of one. Now, how the bond works? Yeah, they have two bondholder and bond issuer. I start with the bond issuer first. Bond issuer first, whereby they are known as borrower. Okay? They are the starters of this transaction. So what the borrower do is the borrower apply. Yeah, they have some projects, for example, like highways, or let's say buildings. So because they do not have money at the beginning, yeah, they borrowed money from the lender. The lender can be financial institutions, yeah, financial institution, or sometimes like a finance company. Yeah. So they apply, they send the application, yeah, borrowing application to the lender that they want to borrow some money. So because of that, your bondholder will approve, based on the valuation that they made, and then they will lend the money to the borrower. But the transaction does not end then. Yeah, the borrowers need to pay back whatever that credit payments, which is the annuity. Sorry, credit payments means interest, and they have to return back the principal, which is the original amount of the money. They say they apply for 1 million. Yeah, so therefore they have to pay plus with, let's say, interest of 10%. So that means 1,100,000 ringgit. Yeah. Because of that, yeah, bondholder or lender are able to generate the income based on the interest income. This is interest income. Yeah, and this one is the interest expenses. Okay, so that's why, yeah, these are the traditional bond works. Yeah, there are three main components in bond. Number one, coupon rate. Coupon rate is also known as an interest rate. Par value, that means the original value or face value paid to the bondholders at maturity. Yeah, Normally the par value, standard par value for globally is $1,000. Yeah. And maturity date is a date where the period will bond. And for example, it can be 10 years, it can be 20 years, it can be 30 years, and the list goes on. Yeah. So there are three main components in. Now, there are different types of bonds. Yeah. So to make it easy to differentiate those, it depends on the purposes of one. For example, who are the issuers of the bond. So we have the list of government bonds, state bond, convertible bond, bonds with warrants, floating rate, euro bond, mortgage bond, Islamic bond, and secured and unsecured. Now, we have government bonds here issued by national government. So the keyword here is government. So these bonds are issued by national government and it is secured because it is here managed by government. And it is denominated in the country's own currency. For example, government investment issues, GII, and Malaysian government securities, MGS. Now, for the straight bond, that one is a classical bond whereby the simple bond with coupon and maturity. That means the bond they have interest and also the number of years, and also for as plain vanillas. Yeah, that is a straight bond. There is a traditional classic ones. The third one is a convertible bonds. Here they give holders the right to convert the bonds into the number of stocks. So that means the conversion from bond into stocks. Yeah, that means from borrowing to become ownerships. And one of the advantage of convertible bond is lower coupon convert then straight bond to the conversion right by holders. Yeah, because they convert bond into stocks, yeah, that means they do not have any obligation to pay back the loans, yeah, because the stock is related to the ownerships. Bonds with warrants, yeah, that means yeah, the bond attached with detachable warrants, and the issuer offers entire bond with warrants of the face value at the primary subscriber and detach the warrants and sell them to shareholders of the issuer in the secondary markets. Yeah. Okay. So later on, at some point, we will learn about warrants, inshallah. The next is a floating rate bond. Floating rate is different from straight because floating rate means that the interest rate of the bonds are different. Yeah. For example, first year, second year, third year, fourth year. They say the first year is 10%, the second year is 8%, the third year is 6%, and let's say the fourth is 12%. So therefore, they have a floating rate at a different tenure. Next is zero coupon bond. That means the coupon does not have any interest at all. So that's why they are sold at discount. We make it price much cheaper. Mortgage bond means that the bond with collateral. For example, if you apply for the loan of property, if let's say the bond issuer are not able to pay back the loans, so therefore the property will become the mortgage. In the event of the default, bondholders can foreclose the pledged asset to satisfy their debt claims. That is right. Next is Islamic bonds. Islamic bonds, that means the long-term debt that is operated under Sharia limits. Yeah, this is preferable to the Islamic customers. Yeah, and next is secured and unsecured bond. Secured means that same concept as mortgage bond, which is related to this one with collateral. For unsecured, that means the bond that is not by collateral. In Malaysia, they have two types of bond market, primary market and secondary market. Primary market, which is relates to the new bond, and secondary market means that it's a second hand bond. That means the bonds that change the borrowers. Yeah, a few times. Bonds also have their respective rates. Yeah, if you learn on this, they have rating agencies. Yeah, they will grade from A until B, A plus, A triple A, to D, to make sure, yeah, that the high quality bonds means that the bond has good quality lender, and also in terms of borrower, they have a prompt payment, that means a payment of time. But in terms of degrade, that means worst borrower and also worst lender as well. Yeah. In Malaysia context, the bond rating is given by rating agency Malaysia. And as you can see here, the grade is between triple A until B. Yeah, so that means from high grade until Changbon. Changbon is considered not good at all. So that means triple A means that superior capacity to meet financial obligation in terms of the payback. But for D is in default. That means the bond is not working anymore. It's a Changbon. If you look at the behavior of the bond, yeah, if you look at down here, going down, it means that, yeah, it is related to inverse relationship. That means if interest is going up, therefore the price is going down. Yeah, it is because, yeah, nobody wants a higher interest rate. So that's why, yeah, in order for this bond to be sellable at the higher interest rate, they need to lower up the price. But if we see the interest is lower, let's say 6%, there is a high demand of that bond. So that's why they can increase the price. Yeah. So as you can see, the complexity bond always have an inverse relationship between price and interest rate. If an interest rate, if a yield means return. If interest is more than yield, they will sell at the premium. Yeah. If return is same as interest, is a par value. But if a return is more than coupon, is at discount. Yeah, that's the impact. All right. So let's have a look at the simple calculation. I will show you a simple couple one analytical question. Basic bond for this subject here, CFM1623. I will show you about the basic bond valuation only. Yeah. Okay. So these are the formula, the standard formula that you will use. Yeah, VB value is value of bond. The description is already down there. VB is a value or price of the bond. C means coupon or interest payment. That means if the question given is percentage, that means you need to multiply by par value. Par value is normally 1,000. K is that means they use a PVIFA. But this one M, M means that annual coupon cycle, like we learned in chapter 4. Semi-annually, M equals to 2. Quarterly, M equals to 4. But annually, normally, M is 1. That means this one is for annually. We use PVIFA. Yeah, we already learned in chapter 4. Yeah, the table PVIFA, we need to refer on that. K divided by M and times M plus par value. Par value means that the standard principal amount, normally 1,000, multiplied by PVIF, K divided by M and times M. And so these are the formula. I give you the example on this one. Galactic Berhad is interested to invest in bond A. Bond A pays 10% coupon. So the word coupon here is related to C, which is 10%. So if you want to find the real C, means that you need to multiply by standard par value 1,000, you will get the amount of 100. Students tend to make mistake whereby they just put 10% only. Cannot, yeah? Okay. Now, annually means that M equals to 1. And 6 years is referring to a number of years. Determine the value of bond, which is VB. If current market yield is 8%, current market yield is referring to the K. Yeah, it is not same as C. So do not use C and K at the same. Yeah. So let's have a look at the answers here. You see, I already calculated for you. 10% multiplied by 1,000 equal to 100. And in 6 years, K is 8%, and only M equal to 1. Using this formula, yeah, whereby the C multiplied by PVIF, K divided by M and times M, plus PV, PVIF, K divided by M and times M. So C you already calculated here, 100, bring it down. And PVIF, 8% divided by 1, 6 times 1. Same goes to this one. Yeah, that's 100. So you will get PVIF 8% and 6. Yeah, and this one 1000, PVIF 8% and 6. Yeah, so if you look at the table, time value of money table, PVIF 8% 6. Please check the right table. This one PVIF, right? PVIF 8% 6. PVIF 8% 6. PVIF 8% 6. This one 4.622. What's it? 4.6229. But this one is PVIF 8% 6. So PVIF, you need to look at the PVIF table. 8% and 6. 0.630. See, replace with that amount. So with that, by using the calculator, 100 multiplied by 46.4.6229, we get this one. 1000 multiplied by 0.6302, you will get this one. And then you add up those two, you will come 1092.19. Then that's number one. Okay, for question number two, assuming bond A is currently selling at 990, justify whether they should purchase the bond. Now, looking at this decision to buy or sell the bond, if market price is more than VB, yeah, always look at your MP. MP is the actual price. VB is your valuation. Valuation means that it's a fair price, not a real price. You just do some estimation only. If your actual price is more than the valuation, it's considered overvalue. If you overvalue, you should sell or don't buy. Yeah. But if your market price is less than valuation, yeah. Okay, this overvalue is expensive. Undervalue means cheap. If cheap, you should buy or do not sell. By looking at this question, assuming bond A selling price or market price is 990, this one you already get from the question one. So you just compare this one, market price, or I put market price here. Market price 990, this one was 092.49. So it is less. So if less means that it is cheap. Yeah, under value. So under value you should buy. Or do not sell. Question 5. These are the examples. Semi-annually. See the word semi-annually. M equals to 2. And then 10%. This is a coupon. 10% multiplied by par value 1000. Right? Maturity period 12 years. And is 12 years. This one is your MP market price. This one is your K 12%. And they ask you to calculate VB. Yeah, and you need to compare with 9. Okay, so by looking at this, already calculated, 10% multiplied by 1000 is 100 and it's 12 years. And then your MP or selling price is 940. Get 12%, M is equal to 2. Yeah. Okay. So using this formula, okay, I forget. Last time around, okay, this one should be divided by M. Yeah, this one should be divided by 1. You still get 100. But this one, 100 divided by 2 because M is semi-annually. And this one, PVIF 12% divided by 2, 12 times 2. Plus 1000, PVIF 12% divided by 2, and then 12 times 2. So 100 divided by 2 is 50. And then PVIF 12 divided by 2 is 6. 12 times 2, 34. Same goes to this one. 12 divided by 2, 6. 12 times 2, 20, 24. Let's have a look at the value of PVIF is 6%, 24. Okay, this table, PVIF. 6%, 20. 12.550. Yes. Okay. If you want to find 004 pun, that's fine. I don't mind if you have at the back there, I mean like 3 decimals, then it can be acceptable. If you have F6% 24, 0.247. Same. Yeah. So with that, yeah, you need to multiply these two. If you multiply by 12.5504, you will get 627.52. Then 1000 multiplied by 0.2467, you will get this. And then you add up these two, you will come 874.22. And then you compare market price 940 is more than VD at 74.22. That means overvalue, do not buy, or you should sell. Okay, because overvalue means expensive. Okay. Or for current yield is simple. Yeah, the formula is one price divided by one price. Yeah. So these are the example. If the price of a bond issued by Nexus Corporation amounted to 987 for 10 years with annual coupon of 8%, therefore 8% multiplied by 1000. Yeah, because this is par value. 987 is the price. Yeah, so you get multiplied by 100. Right? You come 8.1. This is a yield to maturity estimate the return that investors earn if they buy a bond at a specific price and hold it until maturity. So these are the formula. C multiplied by par value divided by M plus par value minus market price divided by N times M divided by par value plus market price divided by 2. It's the same principle. C is coupon, PB par value, M is annually, semi-annually, quarterly. MP market price, and number of years to maturity. We call it remaining years. And this is a yield to call. And these are the yield to call, meaning that is the difference here is this one they use CP, but this one they use yield to maturity, they use MP. It's the same formula, but the difference is the type of bond. This one is a call price, the current type of the price. This one is a call. Okay, have a look here. We'll Berhad as a bond that currently sell at 90% of its value. So this is MP, currently sells, which is 90% multiplied by value 1000 to get 900. This one is 10% coupon rate, which is C, which is 10%. Multiplied by 1000, which is 100. 10 years to maturity is 9. And then so therefore they ask you to find current yield to maturity, and then yield to. Okay, so these are the solution. You can refer to the notes. Okay. For YTM, yeah, they use power value and MP. MP already got 100. This one. Okay, just follow the procedure. And then after that, you multiply 100, you will get 11.58%. And the last one is YTC. YTC means that you could call. Yeah, meaning that the reason why 7 years, because if you look at this after 7 years, yeah, so that means this is the N for YTC. Yeah, but this one is a YTM. N for YTM, they use 10 years. Yeah, so these are the differences, and they use call price. Call price 1000. That's per this one. This one is a call price. Okay, so multiply by 100, we will get 5.03%. Okay, so that's it for chapter 5. Yeah. I hope that this video guide helps you in do some exercise, and we will see you again in the next chapter. Thank you so much. Take care. See you later.